Hey YouTubers, this is Bob Hickman. It is so good to be back with you. Well, hey guys, how you like my silk purple shawl? Isn't that cool? I'm wearing that today along with my Eye of Isis pendant. And those of you who haven't seen it, my last video was about the new mystical Wiccan order that I've started called the Order of the Purple Cord. So purple is going to be one of our colors, and here, if you haven't already seen that, you want to check that out. Here's my purple cord that I made that I'm going to be wearing with my Wiccan robes. And if you want to join the Order of the Purple Cord, we'd love to have you. I've been getting letters, people saying, do I have to be a Wiccan to join? Absolutely not. The Order of the Purple Cord is open to anybody who is interested in Wiccan spirituality. So you're welcome to come and join. We are going to teach from a Wiccan perspective, and in the future we're going to have Wiccan rituals, but you don't have to already be a Wiccan. You can just come and join and learn and be part of our scene, and we would love that. So if you haven't heard about this, go to the video right before this one. They're in chronological order, so the one right before this, it'll say the Order of the Purple Cord. Click on that and you can learn all about how to become a member, and then go to my website at www.robert-hickman.com and sign up and get your membership certificate. Some of you asked, how do I get a membership certificate? It's on the website, at my website. Right click on the image, save it to your desktop or to your phone, and then you can print it out. And if you don't have a printer, just save it and then email it to somebody who has a printer. They can print it for you. But that's what all you got to do. And of course, make your purple cord, which I explain all that at the website and on the video. So I hope you guys will think about it. We're going to have another video coming up here next week, and it's going to be about the magic of the color purple. And that's going to tie in with why we've chosen that color for the order, and some of the mystical, magical meanings and the history of the color of purple. It's very fascinating. I think you guys are going to enjoy that. I learned a lot as I was putting together stuff for the order. And anyways, we'll have more about that. Well, listen, guys, I know you've been waiting for messages from the spirit world. Psychic Bob's had a lot of distractions. I've been busy. We've had snowstorms, so I'm behind here. But I thought today we'd hit a few letters and see what the spirit has for you guys. So, before we get into that, though, give me just a moment and let me attune to the spirit world. Very good. All right. My spirit guy Fletcher's back here. I hear him. Anyways, all right. Our first letter tonight is from Lexi22. She says, Psychic Bob, do you see anything around relationships coming for me? And also, what about past lives? Yeah, you know, Lexi, when I step into your vibration, I have to tell you, I get two colors around you. I get dark blue and I get purple. Dark blue means you've been feeling very blocked in a lot of areas of your life. And the pink light indicates some emotional release. You've been struggling emotionally. I do see green light coming in, which is a healing light. And I feel that as we get into the month of April, there seems to be a renewal of the spirit there. And I do feel at that time, you're going to be more open to receiving people. And I do feel like, interestingly, I get the words renewal around this. So this may be a relationship that's from the past. I almost feel like there's somebody that you used to love or you know. It's kind of been around, but it hasn't really worked out. Well, I think in April you may have a chance to kind of re-examine that and revisit. And I feel like in the month of April, you're feeling open to love. And, you know, don't just settle on one person right now. I think energetically, you could see a number of people and do different datings. But I do feel April is the turning point for you. Okay? So keep me posted. Now, in regards to your past life question, you did have a past life. It was in Romania. It was in the early 1950s. That's where you actually crossed over. Interestingly, in that life, you were a psychic. You used to read tarot cards for people. You had a life theme of psychic, and you died, actually. It was a freak accident. I think you actually got hit by an automobile, literally like walking across the street. You had some weakness in the vision in that time. You weren't that old when you crossed. And in fact, that's one of the reasons you're back, so that you can actually live longer. So I do see you coming back, and I do pick up a lot of psychic gifts around you also, and I feel like you have it from that past life. Okay, so you might want to explore tarot reading. I think that'll really kick it in for you. All right, hope that helps. Thanks for writing. All right, our next letter is from Angelo Adrian. Hello, Angelo. Angelo is a good friend of mine, comes over from Instagram. And if you guys haven't joined me on Instagram, you got to go over there. I put stuff up there daily, so you can get little psychic insights and spiritual history and magic things. So definitely. Well, Angela, thanks for stopping over to YouTube. So it all goes back and forth. And Angela writes, says, "Say, Bob, am I an old soul? And do I have any guides? I pick up the name Jeremy around me, but I'm not sure if that's a guide." Well, yes, actually, Angela, you are an old soul. And the reason I say that is, when I look at people's vibration, I pick up energy. You have a lot of very extensive aura, which means you've got a lot of soul power, you've got a lot of purple light around you, which also means a lot of psychic and intuitive gifts. And I get a lot of yellow, which means high intellect around you. So you think things very thoroughly, you're very methodical, and you do have a very strong mental aspect to your energy, but also a very strong psychic aspect. And you are an old soul. You've been around a lot of lifetimes. In terms of your guides here, you actually have a number of guides. Everybody has about 30, 40 guides. In terms of who's around you, yes, Jeremy is one of your spirit people. I do pick him up. It's interesting because he has a connection, seems like to the early 1920s. He's dressed in kind of that 1920s, upper class style, kind of like, the cap and the little sweaters, very kind of preppy looking. But he's around you as one of your guides, and he's helping you also with some transition energy, because there may be some issues coming up around a move for you over this next year. And what's interesting, Angela, I got to tell you, I pick up around you a vibrations very much like you're saying, I want to launch into a new life path. I want to do it, and it's almost like move across the country, or there's some kind of big transition here. But Jeremy's working with you, okay? I also get another spirit guide around you. The name is Barbara. This is a female spirit guide, and Barbara is very much helping you with your psychic gifts right now as well. So I do pick her up around you. You've got a number, but these are the ones that are coming in right at the moment around you. So yeah, you're an old soul. So what you want to do, focus on meditation, keep that connection high, be talking to spirit. Okay, I see a lot of good things. Thanks for writing. All right, let's see. Our next letter is from Ilsa Rajmakers. And she says, "Say about what is happening in this world. Do I have a guardian angel? Sometimes I feel very threatened." Yeah. Ilsa, you're a very sensitive person. You have one of your spiritual gifts is empathy. As an empath, you kind of feel all the shift that's going on. And I have to tell you, and I'm not trying to be negative, but I do believe we are at a very big crossroads in humanity and on the planet. A lot of people talked about 2012 being the end of the world. And I said at that time, any of you followed me since then, no. I told everybody, I said, don't believe that. Way back in 2011, I said, it's not the end of the world. I said, 2012 is a chance to grow into our consciousness. And with that energy shift, some people have chosen to take that advancement and some haven't. So we're really at a balancing. And I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I do think there is right at the moment an increase in what I would call lower vibration, hostile energies. We are seeing more people being hostile to each other. We're seeing more tensions in the world. And I don't say that it's doom or gloom. I think that's just where it is. But I do think as a human race, we can choose to elevate our mind, elevate our consciousness. And that is why, and I really tell you, everybody here at Spirit Channel, all of you have a mission. And, Ilsa, your job is to help bring the light to the world. So everybody, Ilsa and everybody else watching, you want to be praying. You want to say, Lord, Lady, however you call your higher power, I ask you to unite with my energy, and I want to send that out to bless the world and to raise consciousness. And I really think, because as humans we have free will, we're not necessarily locked into a lot of this doom and gloom prophecy. I mean, you know, even myself have given prophecies that are a little ominous, so I'm not denying that. But I haven't also maybe been as good about explaining the flip side, that even if we see a negative future, we have the ability to now start to change that. So I invite all of you, and I think really, you know, Ilsa, you are definitely part of the light, and I think everybody else who's joining with us today is part of the light. You know, you have to be an advanced soul to be drawn to Spirit Channel, because we really focus on higher things here, and you're definitely on the right path. Okay, in terms of your guardian angel, I get one around you named Samjiel, 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 and Samjiel is one of your spirit guides. He's an angel, and he's helping you to learn balance right now, because you've really been struggling in the area of how to have balance within yourself, how to kind of embrace people and yet not let them run you over. See, you've had some boundary issues. And I don't say that to be critical. You're growing, you're learning, you're doing wonderful stuff. So Samjiel's who you want to work with, okay? And when you feel scared, say, Samjiel, angel, please help me. Because you know the spirit, but they will step in and help us, okay? Thank you for writing. I hope that helps. Blessings to you. All right, our next letter is from Darren Lamb 11. It says, thank you, Bob. Is there going to be love in my life? You know, what do you see around that? Yeah. You know, it's interesting. I want you to watch. It looks like it's around May of this year, May 2015, that I see you entering into a new relationship. There's a beautiful girl. Her name starts with A. I think it's like April or Adrian. It's an A name. She's long, dark brown hair. She kind of reminds me a little bit of... she looks like Audrey Hepburn. I don't know if you know who that is, but she was an actress back in the 60s, really famous for Breakfast at Tiffany's. This girl reminds me of a very Audrey Hepburn-like type person. Very classic and very pretty, very elegant, very, very refined. But I do see a connection being made around May of 2015. And there's some connection around this with the sport of tennis. I don't know if you meet her at a tennis match or she plays tennis and you see her playing tennis. But I'd like you to be open to exploring going to tennis matches or being near tennis courts. That's where I see the connection happening. Okay? Blessings to you. Hope that helps. Thanks for writing. All right, our next letter is from Southern Sweetie. She says, thank you, Bob. Any messages for me? Yeah. You know, I keep getting around you a lot of spirit activity right now. I'm getting literally orbs flying around you. You've got a grandmother in spirit that's around. I think it's on your mom's side of the family. But I pick up this woman's a very strong grandmother spirit around you. And she keeps saying that she's lifting you. It's like words like he said, lifting her out of the dumps or out of the darkness. So you've been maybe feeling a little down here. But this grandmother comes in, she's like light, love, light. So she's uplifting you. And I get her presence around you. I also want you to be watching here, because as we get, further in the spring, closer to like end of March, I also get another business opportunity around you. This may be connected to writing or some type of publicity. So I think you've got some interesting public appearances or some type of recognition coming around into March. So your grandma's with you. You know, one of the things you want to work on, ground a little more. You've been feeling a little scattered, so I want you to ground and say, Grandma, help. She's with you. Okay. God bless you, dear. Hope that helps. Thanks for writing. All right. Our next letter is from Chica Carr. And Chica says that she's been working on doing some mending and some healing, and just wants to send a greeting to me. Yeah, hi, Chica. Listen, I do get green light around you. I love that light. That's the healing light. So I do pick up physical strength coming in here around you. And I also get Archangel Raphael. This is one of your spirit people who's working with you right now. But I pick him up around you. So I want you just to keep a conversation going. You know, you always talk to the spirit world. They're like closer than your next door neighbors as far as you're concerned. But I do pick Raphael around you and working with you now. So he's your right-hand man. Keep talking to him, okay? But I do see in the next 2 to 3 weeks here a lot of strength, A lot more sense of balance around you. Okay. Blessings to you, dear. Take care. All right. Let's see here. Our next letter is Shelly Tooley. Oh, that's nice. She says, "Say, Bob, thank you for your reading." I did give her a reading in the last messages. She said, "Your reading has been spot on." She says, "I've been having a lot of anxiety, and so I am going to remove my amethyst Celtic cross pendant. Thank you for everything you do. Love, Shelly." Hi, Shelly. Thank you so much, dear. Well, yes, I do think I mentioned to you, and this is good for other people as well who are listening. If you're having a lot of anxiety, sometimes the stone amethyst can be overstimulating. I love that gemstone, but I can only wear small amounts of it myself. It kind of ramps me up too much. So I'm glad you're taking that off. But I would like to tell you, Shelly, don't just go without any gems, because I really believe consecrated gems and charms and, jewelry help balance our energy. And I would encourage you to maybe, if you can, find like a hematite pendant or black tourmaline. Both of these are grounding stones, and I think that's going to really help you kind of get your focus, get your clarity, and that's going to make things a little smoother for you. Now, you don't ever have to, never wear amethyst again, but I think probably at least for the next month, I would work on grounding. And I'd say, as we get closer to April, you could start to wear the amethyst again. I think at that time, you're going to really feel like things are back in the balance that you want, okay? Thanks for writing. Keep me posted. Blessings. Okay, our next letter is New York Rockstar. He said, "Do you see anything around me, Psychic Bob?" Actually, New York Rockstar is a very wonderful person. You've got to visit his channel. He's from Instagram. Very prominent, up-and-coming star. He's a musician out in New York, worked with a lot of famous people. Vinny, I'm going to brag on you a little bit because I love your work. Anyways, I'm a fan, so I'm honored that he watches and writes. Thank you, Vinny. His channel, check it out, New York Rockstar. That's on Instagram. That's his page. As I'm walking into your light right now, when I read for people, I see light around. It's like a rainbow. It's the aura. Your aura has a lot of orange light and a lot of gold light. This is a very powerful combination. Orange is the creative light. This is the channeling. And this means that you're going to be really feeling a lot of strength right now, like particularly in the creative area. You're going to be doing lyrics. I see notes floating right. So that channel's on, and just try to every day sit down and write down whatever you're getting. Song lyrics, notes, visions of, artwork, whatever. Put that out there and capture it while you got it. Golden light's wonderful. This talks about publicity around you. And I really feel that as we go through the next 2 to 3 months here, you're really working in that golden light. I get literally a new producer working with you. And I feel like there's discussion of like, let's do a project. So I do see more music around you coming out. And I think by the probably around midsummer, the end of some July, August, it really looks like you're in full production mode with a new album coming out by end of summer, or if not, an early fall. But you're definitely on a creative path. Gold light means a lot of people are watching now, so you're going to get favorable publicity. Okay, hope that helps. Thanks for writing. All right, our next letter is from Christian, and Christian, also from Instagram, writes, "Say, Bob, do you see me finding love soon?" Yeah, I do actually. Well, in terms of soon, that's a relative term. For you, it's around June this year. I do see somebody new entering your life. What's interesting is I feel like when I go back here for like the last 6-7 months on your chart, I feel like from an emotional place, you haven't really been ready yet for a relationship. It's kind of like you've been getting all that, kind of worldly stuff done, trying to take care of the job and the money and, take care of yourself. And that's all good and well. And I think energetically, your vibration shows now you're getting into a much more settled place. And I do feel that by the June time frame, you're drawing somebody to you. I get somebody with their blondish hair. They got the letter L. They keep putting a big L in front of me here. So the name may be like Lee around this, but it's around June. And the interesting thing is the connection that you make for them is it's some type of meetup. And I don't know if you belong to like a gaming club, or maybe it's an internet meetup group, some type of social mix, but it's through the internet. Like and the words I keep getting is meetup group. So hopefully that may make some sense to you. And if not at the moment, it may in the coming weeks and months. So, you know, be patient. You're getting there. Right now, keep the focus on the material side of things. Of course, spiritual too. But in terms of like, you know, where you are, you want to put your focus on the balance and the stability. By June, you draw them to you, okay? So watch for the letter L, like Lee. That name keeps coming up. All right, hope that helps. Blessings to you. Well, guys, that is all I'm going to get to today. I am just so excited to be here with you. I love all of you. Listen, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Or even if you're not new and you just watch, you never set up an account, why don't you set up an account? It's free. Hit subscribe. You'll be part of our scene here. And for those of you who are interested in studying more about Wiccan spirituality, join the Order of the Purple Cord. And definitely see that video. It explains more about it. We'd love you to be part of our order. Guys, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being part of Spirit Channel. Love you all. Listen, put letters or comments in the box below, or send me letters at my either my website or at my YouTube message box or at Instagram. Any place you want to send, I'll be getting it. And I would love to hear from you. So probably easiest is just put your comments, if you don't mind, or your questions in the box below, and we'll get those for the next week as well. So we'll be back here, and of course, you know, next week we'll have another Messages from the Spirit World.